she walks through the corn leading down to the river.
Welcome to the Rough and Ready Rancher. Well, today we're going to be making some homemade mayonnaise. Now, for some of you that have an aversion to soy oil or anything with soy in it, most mayonnaise on the market is full of soy. So that's one thing I don't like is soy. So anyways, I have kind of studied up and figured out how to make my own homemade mayonnaise. And I like using avocado oil. It doesn't flavor it like olive oil does, and it has more of a bland flavor to it. So one thing you do need is one of these hand blenders. I just got it off of the internet. And to start with, you want to have a farm fresh egg, and one that's at room temperature, because it doesn't like cold eggs. I don't know why. Anyways, I've got a little pint jar, and I put an egg in the bottom first. And you have to have the egg in the bottom when you make this. The next thing you add are the next wet ingredients, and one of those is a cup of avocado oil. So I put that in. And I like to get this Bragg's apple cider vinegar. You can use lemon juice or vinegar, regular white vinegar, but I like to go a little more natural. So we've almost got it filled. Okay. Okay, and the next one is going to be the vinegar. And you just need 2 teaspoons of vinegar. Oh, I forgot to shake it up. One, 2. I think this vinegar or lemon juice really makes a big difference. So the last thing you add are the dry ingredients, and that is a ½ teaspoon salt and a ½ teaspoon of, you can either use dry mustard or Dijon mustard or regular mustard, and then we'll get a mix in. Now you want to make sure that your jar is warm, your egg is lukewarm, and you just put this straight down in the bottom, and it just might take a little while, and you just leave this blender at the bottom of the jar, and it'll take a while before it starts to turn white at the bottom. Once it starts turning white, and I kind of jiggle it a little bit to see how thick it's getting on the bottom. As soon as it starts getting a little bit thick, I start to slowly raise it just a little until that next batch of oil and egg start to get thick, and then I keep raising it a little more and a little bit more, and so you can watch. Okay, and you start seeing it doesn't look really white because I have a yellow egg in there. Sometimes it just takes a little while as well. And slowly raising it just usually feels kind of warm. And then it's kind of hard to get it out because there's a suction in there. Now there's times when, and I don't know if it just depends on the chicken or the egg, that sometimes it's a little bit runnier than other times, and there's times when it's so thick. I can't believe how thick it gets. And when I'm raising my own chickens, these are eggs that came from a friend of mine. And hers seem to make it a little bit runnier, and it could be something to do with their feed or wherever they're grazing and whatnot. So I take it all out, and okay, so there is your homemade mayonnaise. It's a little more yellow than what you might see from the store, but it's nutritious, it's healthy, it's pretty much cooked because of the heat of that blender. And I just put a lid on it and put it in the fridge. And there you have it.